guys, welcome back to my channel. Simone here. So it is January, as you all know. It's probably quite far into January, even though I'm filming this fairly early on in January. But basically today I'm going to be filming my New Year's resolutions book tag, which I'm not sure who did it originally, but I'll see if I can link them below. I haven't looked into that, so that's my mistake. But yeah, so today I'm going to be answering the questions based on what books I want to read this year and other things, so let's get started. So the first question is an author that you'd like to read that you've never read before, and for that I have picked Karen Slaughter, and specifically this book, Pretty Girls. I don't know too much about this. I know she is a thriller writer and I really enjoy thriller books in general, and it's been nice to sort of get a new one into my repertoire, as they say. Yeah, this is kind of crime writing, I believe. I think it follows a woman whose sister went missing, and now another girl's gone missing like years later, and it's kind of reminiscent of the previous crime. Yeah, like I said, this sounds really interesting. I haven't read any Karen Slaughter before, but I've only ever heard good things, so she's the one I've picked. So question number 2 is a book you'd like to read, and this is a very open one, isn't it? Like, I like to read a lot of books, but the one I'm going to go for is Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, which is the second book in the Hunger Games trilogy. I really like the Hunger Games films. I didn't love the last one as much, but it was alright. But I've only ever read the first book, The Hunger Games, so I would like to read the second book this year, because otherwise I feel like I'm never going to get to it. Question number 3 is a classic you'd like to read. I have gone for The Horse and His Boy by C.S. Lewis, which is the third book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. I read The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe and Prince Caspian last year, and so I really want to continue. I might have even read The Voyage of the Dawn Treader as well. I don't know. Anyway, I really want to read more of the series. I read these when I was a kid and really enjoyed them, and yeah, I just want to kind of reminisce. So yeah, this is on my list. Question number 4 is a book you'd like to reread, and for that one I have picked The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I actually have the audiobook of this now, and I'd really like to listen to that this year. I have also talked about this in previous videos about me wanting to reread it. It's a book I read a long time ago, but since then I've read a lot more of John Green's work and I really enjoy it, so hopefully this is one I can read this year. Question number 5 is a book you've had for ages and want to read, and for that I have chosen Career of Evil by Robert Galbraith, also known as J.K. Rowling. I have read the first 2 Cormoran Strike books this year. I read, what are they called? Oh god. I read The Cuckoo's Calling, and I also read The Silkworm, and this is the 3rd one in the series. I've had this for such a long time, but because I wanted to reread the first one and then read the second one, I obviously haven't got to it yet. So now I've read the others, I can finally read the third one in the series, and I'm very excited to find out what it was about because I really enjoyed the other 2. Number 6 is a big book you'd like to read, and actually this year I am trying to read a lot more big books than previously. In fact, the first book that I've read this month was 800 pages, and I'm now reading a 600-page book, so I'm getting there with the big books. But one of the ones I'm really excited to read this year is The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons, which is a Russian take on the World War II, and it's a romance, and I've heard really good things about it. I've also heard some negative things about it, but I think I'm going to enjoy this. It says on the front, a magnificent epic of love, war and Russia, and I love World War II books in general. I've really enjoyed them last year, and I think that this one is from the Russian side, which I've not really read many books like that before, and this is 630 pages I believe, so I'm pretty sure it classes as a big book. Number 7 is an author you've previously read and want to read more of, and I read Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater last year or the year before. I can't actually remember when I read it, but I really want to read the Raven Boys or the Raven Cycle series. The Raven Boys is the first one, it's the only one I actually own. I think there's 4 altogether in the series. I'd like to start with the first one because I've heard nothing but amazing things, and yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Question number 8 is a book you got for Christmas and would like to read, and I didn't actually get any books for Christmas because I don't really get books for Christmas. I mentioned this in my, what video was it? I think it was my year in review video. I'm not even sure if that one has gone up yet, so if it has I'll link it. If not, look out for it. But I did get a book out of the library around Christmas time, so I'm going to go with that. And it is, this is massive, I know it's probably not even in shot. It is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling, but the illustrated edition. Of course the page I opened has no illustrations on. That's really funny, isn't it? Let's find one. I don't even know what this is. Oh, look how beautiful this is. That's funny. Ah, here we go. There's an illustration. What is that? What is that? Oh, I think that's the shack that they go in. I have no idea. Anyway, really, really excited to read this one, even though I've obviously read Harry Potter before, but the illustrated one just be an interesting way of rereading it. Question number 9, a series you want to read from start to finish, and I don't really read series very easily. Like, I normally read like one book from a series and then forget what I'm reading. But I've gone with the Girl Online series by Zoe Sugg. There are 3 books in this series and I really enjoy them. I know some people have problems with this book series, but I love them, and I love Zoella. I'll link her channel below. You don't need me to link it, everybody knows who she is, but I'll link it anyway. This is book 1. I have the others, I just don't want to get them off my shelves right now. You have Girl Online on tour, and then Girl Online going solo. I've read the first 2 before, but I want to reread them before I then read the 3rd one in the series. And yeah, I really like these. Question number 10 is a series that you want to finish that you've already started. And for me, that is the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I've read the first 3 books of the series, City of Bones, City of Ashes and City of Glass. I have, this one is number 4, I have City of Fallen Angels, and I also have City of Lost Souls, and then City of, oh no, I've forgotten it already. Heavenly Fire, I think is the other one, yeah. I want to read these 3 this year because literally need to read this so I can get on to the Infernal Devices series, and then I can finally read the Dark Artifices series, which, you know, is coming out at the moment. So yeah, I really want to get this one read so I can finally cross it off my list. And then the last question is, do you set reading goals, and if so, how many books are you planning to read in 2018? So I have set a Goodreads goal of 100 books this year. Last year I read 121 books, but I've decided to stick with 100 books because I am planning on reading quite a few big books this year, and so I obviously wanted to keep it at kind of 100 so it was doable. My other reading goals this year, I am planning on doing my stand up to the TBR ones, which I'll link my first video I did of that series below, but basically I'm going back to the oldest books that I have put onto my Goodreads shelf, and I'm reading the oldest books that I have on there so that I'm cutting down on my TBR, which is going really well. I've nearly finished the first lot, so that hopefully that video will be up soon as well. And yeah, that's my goals. I'm really excited for 2018. I've been really enjoying my reading, so hopefully I will read some more great books this year. So that is my New Year's resolutions book tag video. I'm not going to link anyone because by the time this goes up it's going to be near the end of January and it's a bit late now. Anyway, I hope that you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!